Hi, welcome to Jeff and Steph's.
Excellent adventure.
Yes. And we are doing a follow-up video, yes, to our 1-year review of our Montana fifth wheel. This is a Keystone Montana 3121 RL, and it's a 2021.
That is correct.
Wow. And previously we told you about our 1-year experiences and how it's going with our fifth wheel and how we're enjoying it. And we also did a follow-up video on the things we really like about our Montana. And this third video in the series, we're going to tell you about things we're not so fond of.
Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah.
Stephanie.
Thank you. You're welcome.
It's not always all good, is it?
No, it can't be all good.
It's been pretty good.
It has been. That was the weirdest thing to say.
Yeah.
So we're going to walk around and show you some things that we think Keystone can improve on or change, and things that have been kind of silly after RVing for a year. So
Let's go.
You ready to go?
Let's go check these things out. Now you're going to do most of this tour.
Oh, brother. Okay. So we're going to start the list of things that we're not so in love with or fond of in our Montana. The first one that really stands out in my mind is this window right here. Yes, the window offers some light during the daytime hours, but it's not necessary. It also allows in heat when you have it open, or if it's cold, you get that cold air because the windows aren't insulated that great. So we find that because you're sitting in bed most of the time when you're in this room, you're looking out the window on the opposite side. It seems silly that there's a window here at all because you can't see out of it. And for us, being in mostly warm climates and stuff, we have to keep the blinds closed on these. Just for insulation purposes. So to me, that's kind of a waste of money maybe and labor for Montana to put a window in there. It just seems really unnecessary. Now this is another thing that Montana did. I'm not sure I really like it. These are beautiful doors, aren't they? Beautiful barn doors.
They're super nice.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
And they're really thick. I think they're 1.5 inches thick because I've measured them before. And they're heavy. I mean, these are like solid. So they've done these lovely barn doors that close like this. But what I hate about them is you're losing so much wall space. We would have room for more hooks, pictures, or whatever if Montana had done a pocket door. I think pocket doors are really the way to go in RVs because you have such limited wall space to begin with. The second thing I don't really like about these is there's no doorknob or locking feature, so if you're not completely 100% level, they won't stay shut, they'll roll. And so there's like no handles or locking on them. And you can see at the bottom that there is probably a 5 or 6 inch gap. And our dogs can stick their heads through that. And I just think that if they stuck with the barn door and that was a necessity, they should make these doors a little longer. We do have this door in our bedroom and also in our bathroom, and it does take up the whole bathroom wall next to the toilet, which is valuable wall space for hooks for robes, towels, etc. So these I'm not a fan of. I do think that pocket doors would be much better in this situation. Why Montana? Why this? Why a wine rack?
That's beautiful, isn't it?
It is such a silly thing in RV life. First of all, it's not like you're going to store bottles of wine up here and when you travel they're going to roll out, smash, break, stain, leave glass, shreds everywhere. I mean, it's just very unrealistic.
What if they were little squares for a box wine?
Box wine is a completely game changer there. That would be a definite
Box
game changer.
wine is definitely an RVer's friend, so nobody is really using those.
Yeah, this wine rack, as you can see, it's very deep in this cabinet, and a cabinet here would be awesome. I've noticed that this was only done for about 2 years when making Montanas, and then they switched back in the 2022 models to a cabinet door there for storage. That would be so much better. Yeah, wine racks are completely silly.
I would never drive down a road with that full of wine.
The only thing you're safe,
box wine, I might.
Yeah, you're safe maybe to put some plastic bottled waters or something up there, which we have from time to time, just when our fridge was full or we needed extra space. But other than that, nothing else is safe up there, especially when traveling.
And once we got the Berkey, we never stopped buying water bottles.
This became a useless space. So.
They look kind of stupid loaded up with water bottles.
Hey, you know, don't
Use
judge.
the space you got. Yeah.
Don't judge, honey.
Yeah.
Another gripe I have with the Montana is the sink situation here. We've seen a lot of other rigs by different manufacturers and different styles that have the large farmhouse sink. That would be lovely. This dividing section, it makes it more difficult almost, and you're cleaning twice as much. You have 2 drains in this, which means, you know, keeping 2 drain strainers in place and cleaning the strainers out, and it just uses up a lot of space, but not really for a good purpose. If we cook and we need extra counter space, we have the sink covers, which we have to put in. Show you the other one. And so there's 2 of these. Instead of 1 piece with a solid sink, we're dealing with 2 of them. And we have at time to time decided, oh, we're only going to use 1 sink. Let's just get down to 1. So we uncover a section. But then as we're using this throughout the day, there's a large kind of crack seam through here, and crumbs and debris and food and stuff get caught in there. So it's really double the cleaning because we have to clean the cover completely and the counter surface. So my advice to Montana would be to do a 1-piece farm style sink. And again, we use this sink for washing our dogs because they're small too, and this side's just barely big enough, and having a farm sink would give us a lot more room for what we do.
And if not having a bathtub and it was a farm sink, we could take baths in there.
Oh, is that? Oh, okay.
It'd be tight.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of our biggest dislikes on RVs and fifth wheels, RVs in general, honestly, is the table. I'm not sure if a lot of people sit and eat at their tables. We do not. This table expands. It's very heavy. It expands out for another section, so you can easily fit 4 people at it. And ours is hooked into the wall pretty securely. And we have wanted to rotate this many times and use as a desk or like a breakfast bar, so you can actually sit and look out your window and enjoy the view. We've run into problems in the Montana, and this is Montana specifically. We've seen that they have this wall mount box that the table sits in, and they've done that so that our outlets that pop up and down have a house or a place to be, but it's hard to remove from the wall. It looks like it's screwed and glued, and we're not sure now if we completely remove this table, if we can fit one sideways. There's this big space between the table and the wall where this is, and the whole thing gets a little tricky. So maybe RV manufacturers could come up with a solution, some kind of rotation hinge or something where you're able to swivel the tables directionally and have this to be used as a desk, because a lot of people living on the road and living in RVs do need to work, and this is an excellent surface for that if it wasn't so awkward.
And we'll try to re-engineer that somehow to get it to work. It's just there's a lot of weight there.
Yeah.
And like you said, a lot of full-time RVs are just using that for desk space.
Yeah, we've been trying to come up with a solution for this for 6 months, and we're yet to do that. So if we do, we will make a video and share that with you guys, because I think this is an important thing. A lot of fifth wheel owners that we have met, they have rotated their table. They completely have it sideways, you know, hooked to the wall. And we just love that look. It just
and that's a lot of real estate
space.
right there that we're not
for sure.
using. So
Yeah.
we have to try to do something, because it would be nice to sit there and look out the window.
Yes,
You
and
know?
we did do that in our previous motor home that we had. We removed the entire, what do they call those?
That was a whole breakfast nook thing, right? Like
It was like a dinette.
yeah.
And it had the benches and the table. And we took all that out. We visited our local IKEA and got the right size table and legs, and we had the chairs. It would fit 3 chairs across easily.
Yeah.
And we really enjoyed that for sitting and having coffee or looking out the window. You can work on your computer or whatever. So we are going to still try to come up with a solution for this. We're not in love with this at all.
Plus, most RVers in general, we tend to kind of eat outside and not really like have
or
company in for
A lot
dinner.
of people eat at their couches and chairs with TV trays. That's
Yeah.
a big thing that we've talked to a lot of people who do
Just
that.
like at Grammy's house back in the day, right?
Right?
Yeah.
You just eat the microwave dinners now.
Yeah, yeah,
So, work in progress.
Yeah.
Don't love it.
yeah.
Welcome to our pantry.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. As the light comes on and it squeaks, you can see the mess that is our pantry. We're not proud of this. It's not pretty by any means. Montana built the shelves stationary, probably for stability, but they cannot be adjusted. That is a big design flaw to us, because in order to use the space efficiently, which is a good 16-18 inches in here, you would have to stack cans like 6 tall in boxes, as you can see we've done. And we have things in that back corner that it's completely non-accessible. I mean, we try to get something out of the back corner like the brown sugar, and it is a workout. We're sweating, we're pulling things out, everything's in a big pile on the ground. They needed to have closer shelves or adjustable shelving in here so that this would be more usable, this space. If you know of anything or have a solution, let us know, because this is a constant work in progress also. We rearrange it every couple of weeks, trying to figure out how to get to things easier.
Yeah.
One of the last things that I'm not super fond of inside the Montana, this is Gizmo, by the way. Can we say hi? He's going to be on camera today. Is this indoor-outdoor carpet on our slides. And we do have this on both slides, on both sides of our main room. And they're on the kitchen side and the living side. And it's an indoor-outdoor carpet. It's kind of like a plastic-y lined carpet. My problem with this is that, yes, great, it's not carpet. Yay! No one wants the carpet. It's hard to clean, messy. But the weave on this collects dirt and debris. There's too much of a difference of the laminate and the carpet rug, and we've seen the newer rigs on some models that actually have the same matching laminate on the slides, and that looks a lot better. I do know that Keystone has been sticking with this indoor-outdoor carpet, and I'm hoping they make the change to the laminate flooring, because the solid look all the way across makes your space look a lot bigger.
Yeah, it's visually makes it feel larger.
It would be easier to clean too, honestly, under
Yeah.
the table, because this is textured, and you know, things get caught in it, and if you spilled anything that wasn't solid, like a liquid or something, it would be nearly impossible to get it all out of the weave of this carpet. So that's a suggestion I have, to switch to the laminate.
So my biggest beef when we got this was the propane storage bays. And the problem was that when we picked this up, they give you full propane tanks. And what happened was, from the factory, these straps weren't very tight. So I could literally grab this and just shake it all over the place. Which is a bad idea because we don't want our propane lines or our hydraulic lines interfering with this. So we got to be careful about our hydraulics and our gas line. So I had to add a couple screws to the back of those, each one of those straps. Because, I mean, I could literally put my fingers down inside it. They were way too loose. So I tightened up these straps so I have, that's how you want it really tight. And just as a side note, you definitely want to do this because these little crampons, you just need one.
Carabiner.
Carabiner, is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Okay. So if these were to spring open, this thing started jostling around, you know, that could be a big deal because there's really not a lot holding these little straps, you know. So I like to put a carabiner, is that what you call it, in there, and now they can't pop open, they can't pop free, and that's really solid. And I have to believe that it wasn't just my RV that came with these straps really loose. And I Googled it, and I saw a lot of people put like a little chunk of wood in there to tighten them up. But then I realized all I do is drill through them and strap them back a little bit farther back into the back wall, and that made them nice and tight. So that's where we're at. Stephanie, that was something else, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's definitely some things that Keystone hopefully will take notice of, or, you know, people out there in the design world will take notice of, because, you know, there can be some changes made to make RV life and living in your RV a little easier.
But you know, it's kind of funny because it's like cars, you know? Every New Year model, they somehow miraculously come up with these big changes that makes it that much better and makes you want to buy the newest, best thing. So I think they maybe have a list of things that they constantly improve.
I think so too. I'd like to hope, but they do. I mean, that's like the hope and the dream that, you know, they're paying attention to buyers out there and they want to know what, you know, we like and don't like.
Yeah, and I believe they do that.
Yeah, we've heard and read and watched videos where customer service and listening to, you know, full-time RVers is a very important part of the process.
For sure.
Yeah, and so we appreciate you watching this series and checking out our videos. We have lots of fun videos to watch, and we're going to bring you some more adventures very, very soon.
Because we going back out on the road.
Yeah, on the
again.
road. Yes.
For a long
long
time.
Yeah. Oh, brother. So stay tuned and don't forget.
Thanks for subscribing. We love you guys.
Yeah, and like and subscribe to Jeff and Steph's
Excellent
Adventure.
Oh yeah.
It sounded cooler when we always put it, didn't it?
Right.
Ready?
Adventure.
Yeah.
If you hear a dog barking, disregard it. We're not giving him the attention he needs right
It
now.
happens all the time. Take care.
See you guys.
Bye.
Thanks.